So I speak here today as a committed European, and I listen with absolute... I deplore what's been said in our name. Actually, I have to tell you, as a woman, as a mother, and as an independent TD. I've just looked at Emily O'Reilly's, the European Ombudsman's report, and she tells us about soft corruption and the revolving door of officials going out and then becoming lobbyists. But what really struck me in addition to that was her comment in relation to the tragedy last year when the Adriana and 600 people died in the Mediterranean. And she talked about a shrug of the shoulder. That was the reaction of Europe. This is the European Ombudsman. It's like immigrants live in a different realm. EU migration policy has shifted to the point where there's now no proactive maritime search and rescue operations in place. If you choose to attempt to cross the Mediterranean, you're on your own. And the reaction to 600 people dying was a shrug of the shoulder. That's in addition to the amount of people that have died in the Mediterranean since 2014, 29,587. And a High Commissioner tells us that Europe is a garden. We have built a garden, he said, and everything outside is a jungle. And we're here today for a Europe that put more emphasis on a strategic compass and lost the whole idea of what a moral compass is. They have no idea what morality is. And I see a statement in our name from our ambassador joining in with the other European ambassadors in a joint statement which reiterates what van der Leyen said on October the 13th, 2023. And they reiterate that rather than learning from it. We stand in solidarity with Israel. And that statement utterly fails to mention the genocidal violence, the starvation. Today, the UN confirmed it's officially famine, restrictions on aid, 3 entrances closed, 1 reopened today somewhere else, targeted killing of journalists, aid workers, and almost 40,000 dead, including the vast majority men, women and children. And we stand here today and listen to you telling us this is a peace. Well, your Taoiseach and your Taoiseach has repeatedly told us it's a peace process. And watching genocide take place in our name, watching another assault by Israel in our name, and we're doing nothing, absolutely nothing other than sweet talks, sweet words. There are many, many things we could do. The least amount what we could do is recognise Palestine. The second thing is to stop the EU trade agreement. The third is to call to stop now, not wait for Europe. Europe are showing no leadership. They're standing in solidarity with Israel. And stop the arms going to Israel from Europe, making a fortune, profit out of the slaughter and genocide of people. And then already Deputy Mayor Farrell referred to the Horizon project. We're blurring all boundaries. From now on, research into military and industrial the industrial and military sector will be merged with the civilian sector. And your officials are fully aware of all of this. And what we're getting is a narrative and a complete blurring of boundaries between war and peace, between research for civilian and research for the military-industrial complex. And then you tell us about disinformation from countries. The best way to deal with disinformation from the so-called people on the right is for the governments to be trustworthy so we can believe them. Let language mean something. That is one of the best ways to deal with disinformation.